What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about forms. Now let's get started. Now this is what an HTML form looks like, and it's a container for different types of inputs such as text fields, checkboxes, submit buttons, and so on. And it's used to collect user input and then do something with it. Now let me show you how to create one. Now you're going to want to start with typing form, hitting enter. Now don't worry about this action right here. It's used to it let the form know where we're going to want to send the information. So let's just do this for now. And we are not going to do anything with this information because we can't. That's back end and we're doing front end. So just don't worry about that. Now let's open it and then let's make an input. Now it's pretty straightforward. You're going to want to type in input. And before you hit enter, you can see all these types of inputs. There's a lot. I'm going to go over a few of them in a bit, but let's just make the default one. So hit enter. And as you can see, we get this type, and that equals to text. Now we can do password and other things, but let's just do text for now. And then let's see what happens when we open this with live server. Now this is going to be our input, and then if we type anything, then nothing's going to happen. But we don't know what this input is for, so let's add a label, which is going to tell us what we need to type in here. And to do that, we're going to want to go on top of the input and then type in label, hit enter. Don't worry about this for, just go here and let's do name. So now this input is going to be for name. Now let's add another input and it's going to be password. Now let's actually make this like a login thing, or sign up. So I'm going to put username. And then actually on top of the form, I'm going to add an H1 and then type in login form. And then under this right here, we're going to go under here, make a label. That's going to be our password label. Oh, whoops. Right here. Now we're going to make an input and then we can change this type to password. Or if you don't want to do all of that, you can just do this right here. Input, and we can do this sign and then find password. So right here. It's going to be a lot quicker. Now this name and ID, don't worry about it. You can delete it or leave it, doesn't matter. I'm just going to use the one on top. Now, if we open this with live server, we're going to have this H1 with which is going to be our title or header. So login form. We put the username. So I'm just going to put this. You can put whatever you want. And then the password. Now, if we type here, as you can see, we can't see the password because it's a password type form. And it does look a bit weird because this should be under the username. So let's add a break element here, which is going to separate them, as you can see. Let's add another one. So I'm going to go here. Let's add another break. There we go. So now we have a login form, username, and password, but we don't have a submit button. So let's add that. Now you're going to want to go under your password input, and then there is actually a submit for input and a button submit. I'm going to show you what I mean. So let's start with the button. So we do button, and then the bottom one is going to be the submit. So we could just click that, and then we have to type in submit for the text or whatever you want. Let's actually do login because it's a login or submit, doesn't matter. So let's see what it looks like. As you can see, we have the username. So let's just do something here. So gibberish, and if we click login, then nothing happens because, well, nothing happens. Now we can use the input for a submit button too. If we go down, we should find it right here, submit. Now let's delete the value because I'll show you why later. But as you can see, it does the same thing, and we can actually, if we use the value, we can change the what is it called, the text. So we can type in login, and it's going to go from submit to login like that. Now, if we leave that empty, then it's not going to say anything, as you can see right here. And if we type in something here and here, then it's going to do the exact same thing as the button that we used earlier. And now I'm going to show you the other types of forms. So I'm going to make this actually smaller. Change this to sign up, or you could leave it, doesn't matter. Now, under the password, we're going to add two more breaks to separate the input we're going to add. And that input is going to be checkbox. So let's go under the password on top of the submit input or button. And we have to add two breaks here and a break here. And here we can put the checkbox. So we're going to want to start with the actually input itself, and then under we're going to put the label. So we want let's do this and then make it quicker. Checkbox, we can delete the name and ID. Now, the reason we put the label under is because actually if we don't, then this is what it's going to look like this. And we usually want the text to the right, so we want like this. There we go. Let's add another checkbox. So let's go and copy this twice and change the text. I'm going to make this 2, 3. It's going to be 1. Now let's see what it looks like. And actually, I'm going to add another break here, just to space them out even more. Open with live server. As you can see, we have the checkboxes here, but they're together. So let's add a break after the checkbox. So break and then break. And I think that should work. And yes, it's working. And now we can just change the text to whatever you want, and we can select all of them or a few of them. And I'm going to show you what a radio button is, and the difference between a radio button and a checkbox is that for radio buttons you can only select one option, and for checkbox you can select as many as you want. Now you're gonna want to change the type from checkbox to radio, and change it for all of these right here. And we're almost done, but if we open this Flash server, then as you can see, each changed. But if I select one here, then I shouldn't be able to select this one, but I can because they're not grouped together. And to do that, you're going to want to add a name to all of the inputs. And it's going to be like the topic name or something like that. So I'm just going to do topic name. You can put whatever you want here, but now if I do that, I'm going to change the text like this. And if I open this with Live Server, then as you can see, if I click on this one, then I won't be able to select this one too. I can only select one. And now they're all grouped together. So that's what it should look like. And I'm going to show you a few more inputs, but there's a lot. And I can't really go over all of them, so you can just play around and see what happens. So just type in input right here and then pick whatever you want. So let's do color. Now let's see what it does. So let's open this. And as you can see, we get this right here. And if we click it, we can change the color. So it's a color picker basically. Let's see, I'm gonna add another break here. So we have more space, and here too. Now let's see what else we have. So input, we have date. So let's see what that looks like. So that's what the date looks like, and we can actually pull up the calendar. So that's pretty cool. We can set today, and what else? Can clear it. What else do we have? Let's copy this, paste it here. So type, we can actually choose file. And I'm pretty sure that if we click it, then we can, what is it called? It opens up our folder, and then we can choose a file. And there's honestly a lot more. So just play around and see what you get. Let's see what else. We can do email. Let's see what that looks like. I actually never used that one. Actually, no, yeah, email. Forgot to show you guys this one right here, email. What this is, it's basically a normal input, but if you just type something here and click submit, it's not going to let you because you have to add the email sign right here. So after you add that, then you should be able to, actually no, you can't. So you have to complete it and then you can submit it. But it doesn't check if your email exists or not. But I think that this is good enough for inputs, so I'm going to show you what a text area is. So let's just delete this right here. Leave this. And that should be good enough. So a text area looks like this. Just type in text area, hit enter. We can delete these two, but I'll just leave them for now. And if we open this Flash server, that's what it looks like. So you can just type in text here, whatever you want and as much as you want. You can actually make this bigger, smaller, and to control that, you can go here to the columns and rows. And what this does right here is if I change this to 50, then we're going to have 50 columns. And that's what it looks like. So yeah, and then for rows, we can make 50, 500 actually, why not? And now it's really, really tall. But 10 and 30 is the default one, so you should just leave it at that. We could type in here something like a starting message. So let's just do comment here. And as you can see, we have the text here, but how do we actually add a text that, uh, actually, I don't know how to explain it, but this is what it looks like. So if we had a placeholder and we put the message here, comment, then we can actually see this, but it's not gonna do anything. It's not actual text. We can actually add that to the username. Actually, not here, to the here. And if you don't want to remove this, you can. And then this, just put your username here. And now, as you can see, we don't have any labels, and we can just use the placeholder to put text here. So now let's make an actual sign-up form. So let's delete all this code and start from the start, from the beginning, I mean, and I'm gonna want to start with the username. So username, keep doing this. So username like this. Now under here, we're gonna make an input. It's gonna be a normal input. Now we can add break, another break, and yeah, like that. Break, and then we need two breaks here, I'm pretty sure. And then we make what is it called? We have to make let's make an email one, or mail. So label, it's gonna be email. Now we'll make an input, and for this one, we can just make the email input for this. Now let's add a password input. So label, password, and forgot to add that. There we go. Now we need the input, and we can add the password input. Let's do this real quick. Let's make a confirm password one, and we can leave it the same. Now under we can just add the submit button. So button submit. Now I'm pretty sure if we leave this empty, then actually yeah, you'll see. So now it doesn't look the best, but this is basically a very simple sign up form, not un. There we go. So now I'm going to type in like this, my email. So just type in whatever you want. And actually I'll just do this password, so gibberish. Copy this, put it here, submit. And it's not working because I have to add this right here. And yeah, like that. And actually I have to change this to password because that's all right. So this is gonna be it for this video. If you guys have any questions or any video requests, then leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer that comment or make a video on it. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this. Like I said before, see you next video and bye.